What's up, Dice Cool? Keeping it a Benji, and I'm getting back with y'all. Now we got Tony Yayo up there with Vlad speaking on his past issues pertaining to DJ Khaled. You know, I'm sure if y'all a fan of DJ Khaled, Terror Squad, Fat Joe, We the Best, 50 Cent, G Unit, and so on, I'm sure you guys were familiar with the whole disagreement at once upon a time. But that's just me summing it up briefly. Let me run the clip so y'all can hear it for yourself. Shout out to Yayo though.
DJ Khaled, he did an interview with Shannon Sharpe. He talked about that incident at the radio station. He basically said that he's so close to Fat Joe, and he's just the definition of loyalty, is that when you showed up and you went to go shake his hand, he just put his hands up and said,
That's
I can't
why I
shake
said
your
I
hand.
respected it. That's why I told Nelson, Money Nels, I know you know Nels.
I know Nelson.
I told Nelson, this is not a fucking great idea. But
so you already knew coming into it?
I knew that before I even came in there. I was like, yo, this is Fat Joe, man. We in the midst of beef with Fat Joe. Fat Joe, this his man, jeez. This nigga had a TS piece. Don't forget.
Oh, so right there in front of you, he had a TS piece.
I don't even remember that, but I know he had a TS piece.
Yeah, he definitely had one. Yeah.
So he was Terror Squad, and that showed Fat Joe out. So,
And you know, I really agree with the whole level of understanding when it comes to the loyalty that Khaled was presented, because you know I remember that's where I know Khaled from originally. The DJ Khaled I know, he used to run around with Terror Squad and wear the TS chain, and you know used to be on boats with Fat Joe and them. Like most people don't know that that's the background that DJ Khaled have. They think he just appeared, you know, with the whole We the Best campaign, you know, doing songs and stuff with Meek Mill and Rick Ross, but he been in the game before that. You know, DJ Khaled even had a small, how can I say it, like cameo on the movie Shot Us. He was right there in front of the store with Wyclef John.
I told Nels felt like he had a relationship with Khaled. When I told him when it came to me, nigga, I'm the nigga that got banned from MTV. Nigga, like, yo, this nigga slapped the kid. Yo, let him, he got to hide in the back. I never forgot that. Chris Lighty, MTV, 50 of them hit me in the back. Just let Yayo stay in the back. He just slapped. Even Chris Lighty didn't want me to come around for the bad press. That could have been an amp. Rest in peace to Chris Lighty. He probably, because that's a smart move, yo. He's in a newspaper for slapping the kid. We don't want him on the red carpet. Let him hide in the back. Worse enough, when I got arrested, I had a vitamin water hat on. That was crazy. See, I didn't understand business then.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So what exactly happened? You go to shake his hand, and he puts his hand up and was like...
I go to shake his hand, and he's like, get the fuck out of here type shit.
Oh, he said that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then his man...
And you know what? I don't think we should skip over that small, like, that was some big stuff that Yayo just said. He got arrested wearing a vitamin water hat. He's speaking about the brand that they represent at that time. You know, I'm sure y'all familiar with 50 running the campaign based upon the vitamin water. But what he's saying is, if you got a brand out here, you got to be careful on how you represent that and how you get that presented. So you got to always be careful with that.
I ain't gonna say no name. You know, I ain't gonna say nothing else because I don't want to. But like words of exchange, you eat bullets in here type shit. That's what my people said, and words of exchange, and you know.
So that interview obviously never happened.
Hell no, it didn't happen. I told him it wasn't a good idea from the first place.
Yeah. And you know, when Khaled did the interview, he said that before all this happened, he was begging Fat Joe to end this beef. He was like, we don't need this. Like, this is not necessary. This is hurting everybody. Like, please
but
just
Fat Joe is a gangster. 50's a gangster. Pistol Pete's a gangster. All them niggas, hardboy, all them niggas he got around, them niggas was gangsters, nigga.
Yeah.
So, and niggas that's around us was gangsters too. So, as well as us. So when you look at it, it could have got real at any moment. But at the same time, when you look back, you like, yo, nobody really got hurt. No shots is really fired at each other too much. And everything is kind of good. So rest in peace to Chris Lighty, because Chris Lighty was the pillar of all this. Let's not forget who Chris Lighty had under his umbrella. 50, Buster, Diddy, K-Slay, who else? LL, Foxy.
Yeah, everybody.
Damn near everybody in the industry was under Chris Lighty.
Yep.
Before there was a Rock Nation, before there was a 300, and shout to them companies not hating. But, nigga, It was a Chris Lighty.
Well, speaking of Fat Joe, he actually lost a lot of weight recently. See this new picture of him?
Come on, that's Jada picking stuff. I don't know why Jada took that picture, man.
Didn't it look like Fat Joe, though, at first glance?
Nah, everybody was saying that. That's the crack up, though. I don't know what Jada doing in that picture, man.
Let me ask you a question. You being with 50 from day one, and 50 basically saying, at all points that I've known of 50 and known 50,
Yeah.
he didn't give a fuck about beefing with anybody. At any point, you being his man, did you ever try to talk him out of certain beefs? Be like, 50, this ain't necessary.
You know what I realized? That the industry is really fake relationships. Hollywood, all this shit, is all kind of like fake. People are really not your friends. It's just business. So I think he knew that ahead of time from being on Columbia after he got shot. Niggas like staying away from him and fuck you, you're over. And you just realize it's business. Some people get in a mix and take it personal and think everything is love with everybody. And certain people it is love. But I feel like when I look at the industry, I look at everybody gotta pick a side, nigga. You either fucking with this person or that person, or you want to be in the middle, which is neutral. I ain't got nothing to do with it. And I understand that. But in all actuality, when it comes to this business, you gotta pick a side, my nigga.
And I respect that for Yayo to be honest about that whole pick a side situation, because most people act like it don't exist. But it's just, if you don't understand it, it's gonna be a lot of situations to where you in the blind about, and you probably cut out. People don't want to deal with you, and you ain't gonna understand why, cause you just in the neutral zone. But if you pick a side, it's gonna make your understanding that much more better when it comes to why people choose to not mess with you or why they choose to mess with you. And also, when you pick a side, that represents some of the some of the highest loyalty out there. So I always commend that type of stuff.
That's the unfortunate part of hip hop. It's hard to be neutral.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard. I've tried my best, but sometimes I get dragged into one side of things.
Right.
No matter how hard I try, it'll be like, okay, you were this person, then I can't fuck with you.
Yeah,
but it's like, well, I just interview him. Well, no, you were this person.
If you do this person
it's not going to fuck with you.
It's not going to do business if you do business with
Exactly.
this person. You know how it is. So it's like, motherfuckers all choose a side. They just don't want to admit it.
Yeah.
And then when you down...
And I respect that too. You got to pay attention to that, because a lot of people do pick a side. They just don't express it.
Of course, niggas ain't fucking with you. But you up, niggas might fuck with you a little bit.
Yeah.
That's in my eyes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But being down with 50, we always had beef with everybody. So I was just a nigga that stood to myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to have fake industry friends. You got niggas in the streets that's fake, that did fuck shit. That's just how life is. You just got to focus on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Once I started focusing on myself, everything gets better for me.